the Russian people are out and protesting against Vladimir Putin. There have been many arrests, thousands braving these sub-freezing temperatures. Alexei Navalny's wife was detained, protesting against his arrest and, of course, previously his poisoning by Russian authorities. You have condemned this, and the Russians have responded saying that this is gross interference, suggesting that we are behind it. Can you respond to that?
Well, first, Andrea, we are deeply disturbed by this violent crackdown against people exercising their rights to protest peacefully against their government, rights that are guaranteed to them in the Russian Constitution. The arrests, the violence used by police is deeply disturbing. And of course, the arrest of Mr. Navalny itself, which apparently triggered this, is also profoundly disturbing to us. But I think the Russian government makes a big mistake if it believes that this is about us. It's not. It's about them. It's about the government. It's about the frustration that the Russian people have with corruption, with kleptocracy. And I think they need to look inward, not outward, and hopefully take into account what they're hearing from their own people. Mr. Navalny is giving expression to the voices of millions and millions of Russians, and that's what this is about.
Should the U.S. sanction the backers of Vladimir Putin as punishment for what has already happened to Navalny?
Andrew, we're reviewing that. We're reviewing a series of Russian actions that are deeply, deeply disturbing. The actions taken against Mr. Navalny, including the apparent use of a chemical weapon against him, but also interference in our elections, the use of cyber tools and the so-called SolarWinds attack that Russia appears to be responsible for, getting into computer networks, both public and private. And finally, we have the reported bounties on American troops in Afghanistan. We're looking into all of these things. All of them are under review. And depending on the findings of those reviews, we will take steps to stand up for our interests and stand against Russian aggressive actions.
Those are all things that President Trump never raised with Vladimir Putin. And President Biden raised it in his very first telephone call. So do the protesters in Russia and the rest of the world, and does Vladimir Putin, most importantly, know that that this is not just rhetoric from you and from President Biden, that there will be real action depending on what the evidence proves?
Andrew, the president could not have been clearer in his conversation with President Putin. And we have to be able to do two things at the same time. We have to be able to advance our interests, as we did in agreeing with Russia to extend the New START arms control agreement, which profoundly serves our own interests in keeping a cap on Russia's core nuclear arsenal and also giving us a lot of inspection rights and visibility on what they're doing, but also to stand up clearly for our interests when they are being threatened, attacked, or abused by Russia. So I think President Biden was very clear in his conversation with President Putin.